It's definitely going to be a heated game for sure. I mean, for some of these girls, it's their first chance to play in the home of the Calgary Flames, and that's got to get them excited enough. The biggest crowds they're going to see all college year, if not for the playoffs. And these two teams split the season series beforehand as well, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, both these teams are capable of beating one another. Mount Royal's goalie likely going to be Jess Ross. She's going to be facing a lot of shots. She's going to have to battle. Might notice in a bit when the camera flies by the UFC bench, but they don't have a backup dress tonight. Haley Dowling is out. So in case of emergency, we've been told Chelsea Peterson, number 19, might have to suit up and go on goaltender. So let's hope that doesn't have to happen, but not often you see teams dress in just one goalie. And obviously when there's things like eligibility going around, you can't just bring in anybody like NHL teams bring in equipment managers to dress. They have to have somebody who's eligible, so just barring any emergencies. Starting to see some fans coming into the game right now, and definitely good to see. I know we're going to have a big crowd here tonight on hand at the Dome. But that power play, that thing was a thing of wonders. I mean, that puck movement, they were cycling it. They were going down low. Not getting too many shots through, but Jess Ross standing tall so far.
Games. And for the Dinos, they've won 2 straight against Saskatchewan, and now they're 2 points up on the Cougars. So this is a big game in the standings. Usually these games don't mean a lot in the standings when it comes to this game.
Yeah, it's definitely got playoff implications for sure. And the Dinos are out for revenge. I mean, they lost last year in overtime, 4-3. They lost the year before, so they need to end this stretch. They got to win it for their fans, and Mount Royal's going to be gunning for their fans. So a couple players to watch out there. Here's Tyler Fiddler of Mount Royal.
And then on the other side of things, Jacob DeSeras, 2 20-plus win seasons in the WHL. And he had one in the QMJHL where he went 27-3 in the season he played there.
In that year, he won the Memorial Cup with the St. John Sea Dogs featuring Jonathan Huberdeau. He was also drafted in the 3rd round, 84th overall in 2008 by the Philadelphia Flyers. So a very talented goaltender there. Lazarick has had better stats, and he had the better weekend last weekend. So I'm leaning towards Lazarick starting. We'll have to see what the head coach says, Mark Howell, for the Dinos. But it'll be interesting to see. Either one is a great option for this Dino squad.
Great option, and one guy we didn't get a chance to mention is Cody Curran. What a defenseman this guy is. He's a super offensive defenseman, puts up major points. He's one of those guys, 90 CIS games, has 83 points, so he puts up a lot of big numbers.
And with the departure of Giffen Nyren, the mobile defender, the guy that could score from everywhere, he's gone, so Curran's got to be that puck-moving guy for the Dinos, the quarterback power play, and he's done a great job this year.
135 points in 203 AJHL games. He also scored a lot. This year, he's leading Canada West defenseman with 6 goals.
And he's had 2 20-plus seasons with the Dinos.
Great defenseman, and he's another one to watch tonight for the UFC Dinos.
Chris Collins, you got to watch for him. He scored 2 goals, including the tying goal with 7 seconds left to send it to overtime last year. His place was a zoo. The Dinos are ranked 4th nationally. Mount Royal just fell out of the top 10 rankings with losses to UBC last weekend.
Well, there you go. And then we talked about the Dinos a little bit more than the Cougars, but on the Cougars side of things, Cartier and Fiddler, offensive weapons that have been huge this year. But what about Matt Brown, the captain? This guy does it game in, game out. Not only does he put up numbers, but he's is a great guy on the forecheck, really a heart and soul guy.
We saw him snap that blocker side winner against Regina 2 weeks ago. That was a big win for the team. They didn't want to lose to that lower ranked team. And Brown, he's definitely a heart and soul captain. He's really committed himself to the team under new head coach Bert Gillen, and I think he's one of the guys we might see if Mount Royal struggles for offense. If the line's not already together of Fiddler, Cartier, and Brown, they might be put together for a super line. I mean, those guys are among top 10 Canada West scoring, and they can really put up numbers in bunches. Let's go back to last year's game. Now, Mount Royal went up 3-0 in the first period. Chris Lazarick was actually pulled, so DeSeras was put into his place, and I don't know if Lazarick he'll definitely remember that. He'll want a shot at redemption. We'll have to wait and see who gets the start. You also look, Devin Gannon had 4 points for Mount Royal, including the overtime winner. He's now playing in France, so we'll wonder if he's missed greatly, but Brown and Cartier both had 3 points last year. On the other side for the Dinos, Curran had 2, so definitely a lot of offense in that game. Collins with 2 markers.
A lot of offense, and the one thing I wanted to make a big note of is that these teams are very comparable. Mount Royal has scored 67 goals, Calgary scored 69. Mount Royal 55 goals against, Calgary 47. So in terms of goals for, goals against, these two teams are very similar. Their goaltending numbers are very similar. It's going to be a tight game tonight.
If you look at Mount Royal's penalty kill, it's the best in the CIS.
Outstanding, yeah.
In the past 5 years. So it might not finish that strong. They're working at a 92.2% rate, and that is absurd. I mean, they're shutting everything down. You got to credit the goalies as well, but guys are diving in front of bullet of shots, and they're really willing to give up limb. Looking at dark horses tonight, Dylan Walchuk has 5 assists in the new year in 4 games, so he's riding a point streak. Tyler Jewett as well. He was the 3rd star of the Canada West 2 weeks ago after the Regina game. He also put up another goal against UBC. And 2 years ago at the Crowchild Classic when Mount Royal won back in 2013, he had 2 assists. So Tyler Jewett's coming more in the offense. After leading the team 3 years ago in scoring, he's really starting to come back and be a viable second-line scoring option. So he could play alongside the new guy Olstad, Matt Brown. Second semester schedule was they had 2 games on the road. One in Alberta, so Edmonton, a 3-hour drive, and one here. This isn't much of a road game because I bet you they're more excited here to play here instead of Flames Community Arenas. Let's talk about new Cougar Tanner Olstad. He just joined this semester. He scored a goal already, and his vision is something that I marvel at. I mean, he's a wizard with the puck. He's complimenting Matt Brown well. He's a great second-line player. He's already played the point on the power play. He looks like a guy that can definitely lead some more offense and take some of the burden off of Fiddler, Cartier, and Brown. Gonna get the replay pretty quick here, but Klein, watching on the Jumbotron right now, threw it at the net off the stick and flew over the shoulder of the goaltender. Wow, that one is a squeaker. That's good job by Mount Royal to score first because they were on their heels. Here's Klein's shot off the stick of the defender Assel over the shoulder of Fisher. She did not even see that one go in. That's the first goal of the year for Danielle Klein too. And look at the smile on her face.
Huge smile on her face, obviously, getting that first goal of the season.
Mount Royal was so close to getting too many men on that power play. Terilyn Suzuki couldn't hop the bench, and she was hanging on, and her teammates were trying to pull her over the bench. Her feet were off the ice, so I guess that means it's not too many men, and there's Mount Royal capitalizing on the power play. Taken away by Pear. Pear will try to chip that one by Gibb, who dumps him to the ice with a good check at the blue line. To Fiddler. Pear has it at the point. Over to Johnston. Johnston, top of the circle, shoots, looking for the tip, and they score! Matt Brown, the captain, gets the tip in front to put Mount Royal up 1-0.
That's what you want on your power play. You want a shot from the point.
King, high sticking is waved off. King's gonna come out in front, wide open lane, shoots, scores! Jamie King makes it 2-0 Mount Royal.
Oh, what a heck of a shot by Jamie King.
Avoiding a couple of hits, Tanner Olstad breaks in on the net, flicks it up in the air, and gets the puck back still. This guy's a wizard out here. Dinos, Walchuk up ahead to Collins. Collins showing a lot of speed around the outside. Nice toe drag move around Johnson, but it's poked away by McKay at the last second. Then a kick save by Lanigan. Shot on net, another save. Couple of saves there. Lanigan standing tall as Collins is whacking away. At the boards, Harrison touches that, and then he's ran at by Stevens. These players are throwing checks everywhere. Down to the ice goes Jelski. Now Adam Cambeats. Oh, Emerson Herenick, arguably one of the hardest hitting players in the league, takes a run at Cambeats there as he touches the puck, and it's offside against Mount Royal. Olstad trying to force that weight. Chagnon throwing his weight around some more.
He's throwing his weight around at everybody.
The guy hasn't been in the lineup since November, and former roommate of mine, Sid's going to be looking to make a mark physically for sure. Job by Myers to break in, spins off of Strong. Myers sends that on net, waffle boarded into the corner by Lanigan.
We're going to turn things over to MRU's Neil Hilts with your first star of the game. Go for it, Neil.
Devin, huge points for you tonight. Now you guys are 3 points up on or 4 points up on UBC in the playoff race. What does that mean?
Obviously, this is a huge game for us. We're looking to get 2 points tonight, and fans, you guys are awesome.
4 points tonight, 1 goal last year. You love playing in this Crowchild Classic, don't you?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, Matt Brown and Cody Cartier, they really helped me out. They're great guys to play with, and we got some good chemistry.
What's the game going to be like tomorrow at Father David Bauer Arena? You guys going to bring the same game and hopefully steal another win?
Yeah, they're probably not too happy about this outcome, but we're just looking to bring the same game and get 2 points.
All right, thanks, Devin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Neil, thank you, and Devin, excellent job. Who's the player from the UC Dinos?
Neil Hilts here alongside Clayne Inglis, the goal scorer for the Dinos. Clayne, what was it like to score in the Saddledome?
It was pretty unreal. I mean, got way more fans than we normally do, so pretty nice to have that cheer behind us.
Picked up an assist here last year. Is this a place that you like to perform better, or is it just happen to be that way?
I don't know. I guess the excitement always helps, but it's really cool to play somewhere where all the NHL people play, and yeah.
Did you have a big celebration planned? I know you had a bit of a stumble. What was going on there? Just bad ice?
Well, I noticed the edge in the warm-up, so just thought I'd implement it into the celly, so that worked out well.
And tough one of your teammates went down. Does this become a lot more important for your teammate as well?
Yeah, we definitely have an extra push. We want to get this one for Kyra, and I mean, she'd be out there pushing hard all the time, so we got to do the exact same thing for her.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the time. Good
Thanks.
luck. Neil Hilts alongside Taylor Stepson. Taylor, last weekend you guys had a tough series against Saskatchewan. Were you guys too focused on this game at hand tonight?
No, I don't think so. Last weekend we just didn't play, the Dino hockey we want to play, and obviously the results showed exactly what we get when we don't do that.
At Ohio State University, did you experience crowds like this when you were playing there?
Yeah, the biggest crowd that I played in front of was I think around 15,000. So I've experienced it before, and it's a good experience.
So how's this compared to the game last year?
How they used the whole bowl this year and separated Mount Royal on that side and Calgary on this side. So the energy's been great so far, and hopefully it continues.
You guys gonna be out for some revenge after the 3-1 loss last year?
For sure. You never want to lose any games, especially a game of this magnitude.
Okay, thanks a lot for your time, Taylor. Good luck.
Neil, thanks very much.